is a more immediate, boom, hands-on, as soon as it happens, wham.
He loses it. He snaps.
Yes.
In the American criminal justice system, a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in the court of law.
Okay, social distance, gentlemen. Social distance.
Yeah, social distancing before we all catch COVID.
Okay guys, I'm putting links in the description for these different hoodies, t-shirts, and coffee mugs. I think I have to sell 62 coffee mugs in order to break even for the money it's cost me to speak with both of these gentlemen for these 2 interviews via HomeWave. So thanks again guys for all your support.
6 years, you're getting assisting a criminal. I'm like, for what? For being in that car? For giving somebody a place to live?
How did
I had no conversations personally with anybody yet. Once I started reading Facebook and I got the call from the detective, that's when I put in my own phone calls and was like, what? Pardon my English, but lack of better words, what the happened? What's really going on? I mean, I grew up with Jasmine. I've only known Garrett for a couple of years and I hadn't seen him for over a year. I moved to Colorado and came back and all of a sudden he hits me up and he's like, hey, can I have somewhere to live? Can I come hang out for a few days? I'm like, yeah, bro, go ahead. My sister's home on spring break from ISU, so you can have this room, $100 a week, and I'm moving out. And all of a sudden I found out everything that went down, so. I mean, if you want to call that, they said I made a mockery of an investigation because I got into an argument with Vince Lowe, and I told him if he wanted me that bad, do your job and come get me. I didn't hide. I was going to work every day, working for roofing in Carmel, Indiana. Was not hiding whatsoever. Driving my own car to work, everything.
so?
Plates still in my name, everything. It wasn't like I was hiding in some abandoned house somewhere or hiding out with a tent in the woods. No. I was living in a townhouse in Zionsville and working in Carmel. Once I found out, once Garrett made threats towards my kids, towards 2 out of 3 of my daughters, and he knows exactly where they live, and he knows where my sister goes to school. He knew her dorm room. He started making verbal threats, life threats. People reached out to my kids' mom, who is now a license to carry, a concealed 3 carry permit, and a carry permit, and a CO now.
Good.
People started reaching out to her that she didn't even know, making more threats to her on behalf of Garrett's family.
For what? What was the threats about?
Because I was going to go public with everything I knew.
Okay.
I waited 14 months to release a work, and I still haven't yet. I mean, anything I've ever said has been what you can find through a clerk.
Yeah, there's not much.
And it's not why. You guys are still trying to hammer me for being an associate. They say, my old lawyer said, for making it a mockery of investigation. I mean, yeah, I kind of pushed it to the limits. But me and Vince Lowe have a very long-standing background. He's been dealing with me since I was 11 years old. Arresting me since I was 11.
It's time for you to get your shit
skateboarding where I
straight.
shouldn't be, a bunch of stupid, just minute, minuscule things.
Just
So, I
don't
mean,
worry
yeah, I
about
was kind
that. That's a pass.
I was agitated with him. So they're trying to say that that's my assisting a criminal because I eluded an investigation by not coming forth and telling what I knew. I didn't have a warrant for my arrest at the time. It's not my place.
And
Why?
it's
This man knows where
dangerous
my
on the
kids live.
streets.
Why would I want to
Obviously,
say anything?
it's dangerous on the streets. Obviously, you know, you guys see that.
I'm not even worried about that. But
They killed Nicole
out of
because...
regard for my 2 daughters, why
Yes.
would I want to tell you anything?
No, I understand.
What are you guys going to do? You guys going to put people outside her house and
Yeah, exactly.
they cracked down on a single mom murder, which respect to that. Hey, I appreciate that because God forbid if something happened to my kids' moms, I'd want that.
Fuck yeah.
Now all my kids' moms, due to this case, are all concealed carry permits.
Yeah. Okay,
But I've also
so
lost all my rights to my kids and everything. So.
let's talk about Garrett, but not to do with anything in your case at all.
A good person. Hard worker. Showed up every day for work. Was never late. Would work all the overtime I asked him. If I sent him somewhere off job site to go chop wood or work for the president of our company, when we were working for Exterior Review, A1 dude. I have nothing bad to say about him.
All-American boy.
Literally, I have nothing bad to say about him. Nothing.
I just
All the way up until I didn't see him for a year, and he was all the way out there mentally.
a different person.
So I don't know what happened. He was a completely different person.
Something happened that triggered some underlying, like, neurological.
All I know is that when he showed up with 3 people, a gun, and a lot of meth. And I was like, okay, what's really going on? I'm going to leave for a few days, get comfortable. I'll be back to check on you guys.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with this. So don't even tell me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but, so before that you had nothing bad to say. Do you think that him and Ashley were, like, toxic to each other? Who's the worst?
Toxic?
Who's worse out of them? Who's more dangerous?
She thinks that she is some PhD major in psychology and this, that, and the other.
Who's dangerous, though?
Needless to say, she is a mind and probably the most deviant, manipulative, emotional person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Garrett is a more immediate, boom, hands-on, as soon as it happens, wham.
He loses it. He snaps.
Yes.
And she's more...
where my pod sits, I can watch his pod all day long, so I see everything.
Yeah, he snaps. Like, he said, I never did that to Libby and Abby because if you see people say all the time, Garrett, I got caught for this murder 2 days after. That must have been planned. I said, that wasn't planned, Garrett. You snapped.
The way I understood it, before our DNA labs were pulled, back of April, we got DNA labs done May 25th, if I'm correct. May 25th or 27th, something like that. Don't quote me on the date. But upon getting out of the van, coming back from court, Ashley was like, Chris, can they pull DNA from fist prints? I said, from fist prints? What the hell are you talking about? She says, my fist prints are all over that body. I said, from what? She says, I beat her up while Garrett was choking her. I'm like, you guys are really that in the head. Like, you couldn't have just left it like a ex-girlfriend fight. No, y'all pushed it that much further. You could have just been like, no, he's mine. Y'all fought, pulled some hair, got out the way.
Well, Nicole was she had messaged her sister. She was gonna tell about the murder of Ray. So she had to go.
Which, from what I understand, that happened during a 2-week. I ended up getting the full rundown on that. It's really
isn't it? That. I know.
Did he tell you like the whole how he played stalker and creeped through Grindr and everything?
Insane! It's a freaking movie. Is it not?
It's more than just a movie. It's evil to make a profile and hunt them down just to. Oh, man.
Yeah, he told me all of it. I said, how did you become so smart of a criminal? Like, because my whole thing
Believe it or not, meth will open up ways of thinking that you will not imagine.
Yep,
like, I can do a lot of things nowadays with software programs and stuff that I couldn't do when I was 21, 22, 23, and 24. Now you give me a laptop, a tablet, and a phone, and I'll turn your phone into a security monitor and a motion detector and a lot of other things. It only takes me about 5 minutes.
Well, because I kind of wondered that too, but I'm like, because the thought and the preparation that had to go into that?
I still have yet to hear how anything went down at the trailer. I haven't asked for that. I haven't asked for the recorded interviews of his story. Truthfully, I don't want to know, because then I get to sit with that every day.
Yeah.
For a man that willingly screamed my kid's address out of a door and said he was sending people there, I have nothing to say. No.
One day, they're going to understand that.
I'll take the time and go sit down. That means that my kids will be free and okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to put them lives at jeopardy. I have an 11-year-old who is 5'3", who does kickboxing, gymnastics, and cheer camp. I have a 10-year-old who is a year and 2 months to the day apart from her 11-year-old sister, and they live 4.5 hours apart. And I have a almost 5-year-old daughter. Ugh. I'm not going to jeopardize their lives.
Especially knowing what he's capable of.
Why do I want to risk that? And it wasn't like I just heard it. The COs heard it and recorded it and made a case of it and turned it into the state.
What? You lost
of him making threats towards my kids and my family.
Oh, inside.
Inside. And outside.
That's scary. And
That's
then
why when
knowing
my
what
bro
he's...
came to see me, I said, I have nothing to say. Why? You guys can't stop what
And
we
they
can
don't
do here.
understand.
That man can reach out wherever he wants, and they think they do because they carry around a shiny badge. It goes a lot further than just your guys' judicial system.
Especially because Garrett has gotten away with so much. And he's good at it. He knows how to get away with it. He's now, but, you know, he's coming clean. I told him, I said, if you ever want a chance in a parole hearing, it's the only way. And the sooner you start it, the sooner. So he's come a long way. I'll give you that much.
This is a letter from Garrett to me. Now, the bottom half of it is irrelevant and about the whole if I was talking to Ashley. Immediately, it starts out, yo, dog, check it out. Up over here. I got a few envelopes and $10 on the phone this week. I need some commissary, bro. Anything you can spot me, I'll get you back. You know I will. Look, man, I ain't even mad at you no more. What's done is done, and I'm the one getting life in prison, and the rest of y'all are getting a slap on the wrist, which is not true. Years are years, regardless. It doesn't matter whether it's a year, whether it's 5, or whether it's 20, or life without parole. It's not time that you can get back, especially if you have
Especially
kids
when
who
you're a
have
parent.
active roles in their lives.
That's right.
The only thing you're guilty of is riding in the whip with me, and I've already recanted the statement. Why do you think I'm going to trial, bro? I'm trying to make things right with you. Real talk, bro. I'm sorry I ever got you involved in this shit. I will tell you this, though. Ashley implicated you in this more than I ever did. I have the paperwork to prove it. That bitch is the reason this bullshit ever went down, and if you believe her when she says she is a victim and not a suspect, her DNA came back. That shit is a lie. Signed, literally, and I'll put it so you can see it perfectly. Where's that? Right there.
Wait, what does it say?
It says Dirty Love, Kurtz. He's a dirty white boy, and I don't think he understands that that is a prison organization gang. You can't be that on the streets. You have to go to prison. Kurtz has never, ever been to prison.
He's scared. That's why he's been holding
well,
back.
he goes to prison saying that, and they're going to make sure he'll never be that.
He's just worried about having Delphi over his head. Because obviously that's
which
bad.
I'm not even, that'd be sweat off my back, bro. Tell them, please tell them the real story. Please, because it's not my place. I got kids to worry about. I'm not. Now you want to know my part? I'll tell you what I see. That's it. But I'm not going to do it without these charges disappearing. Nope. I'm not taking this time. I'll sit here another 14 months if I have to.
We're talking about things that we know that nobody knows.
Outside of this case.
Okay,
yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Garrett's he's distraught that she turned on him.
He should have just told the truth the first 3 times he had the chance. Back in April, May of last year. He should have never changed his story. I have 56 pages of transcripts from everybody else.
Oh, he's telling the truth now. But he is saying that Ashley's not. He's telling the truth.
Oh, she is not as innocent as she's playing out to be.
Oh, no, I know. And he told me that, too.
That, I know.
I know how you could get the Talitha and Ashley deal, but it seems to me like you weren't around him around those times. So, if you...
Not even that I wasn't around him. I mean, I know what he told me during phone calls after everybody split and Ashley went to Crawfordsville and then to India and then Garrett took off and went to go try to steal the car. And there's a lot I know. But I'm not just going, you think I'm going to listen to Newton County and just come up off of everything and hope and pray that you guys give me what I want? Why? I gave you one piece. You guys kicked me on in community corrections. I told you on an open stand, look, I've been doing drugs since I was 17 years old. You guys are mad that I smoked a little bit of pot because I was raising a mom that has MS. I was raising my nephew, taking care of my sister who was diagnosed with cancer. My other sister's moving away, and I'm fighting tooth and fucking nail and skin to get a relationship, even a Zoom phone call with 3 of my daughters because I was literally so overworked and just stressed out. I didn't know what else to do. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the gas station and buy some gummies. And they had 6% THC in them.
Maybe this is a sign though, because maybe the gummies would have worked for a day and then, because I know that this is hard on you.
Yeah. In an added way, yes. Maybe this is a sign that maybe it could have snowballed and got worse.
Thanks again, guys, for watching and supporting the channel. Please let me know your thoughts below. I'm dying to know what you guys think.